Hi, I'm Valerie Engelhart, and in this video I want to paint a loose atmospheric landscape using a technique I've not really tried before. Also, that's not too difficult. I don't paint a lot of landscapes, so this is really just a fun, quick learning exercise. I've grabbed a really long block of paper. It's like 6 inches by about 12 inches, and I'm only using 3 colors. This first one is a manganese blue hue, which I think looks beautiful for the sky. I am mixing it with some of the Schmincke ultra granulating blue tundra, just because I do want the sky, while I want it to be bright, I don't want it to be super bright. I do want some cohesion in my colors. The second color is going to be what I see from my window, which is Whidbey Island. And Whidbey Island, we've got atmospheric perspective, it's across the sound, so it's kind of a purpley hue in the wintertime. So I've used Schmincke Ultra Granulating Tundra Violet. And I'm starting to put some texture in, and I'm realizing that texture is actually really distracting. I just need to focus on my colors. And now I'm putting in the color of Puget Sound, which for this is the Schmincke Ultra Granulating Tundra Blue. And that's really all I need. And I love how where the purple on the top meets that manganese, you get this like light halo effect, which is exactly what I see when I look across the sound at Whidbey Island. And I didn't even try to do that. The watercolor just did that on its own. So that is one thing that always excites me about watercolor. It can be kind of unexpected, but with very little effort, I can get some incredible results. Now, I don't want there to be a lot of like puddling and pooling, so I did wipe up any excess water from the edge of my block, and I am gonna let this one dry flat versus drying at an angle. However, I don't want this to dry all the way because the next technique I wanna do is to scrape out the birch tree branches. That's right, I am looking out my window right now, and I'm not gonna say I'm painting en plein air because I am definitely in the warmth of my studio. But this is something I just wanted to try. I love how every day I see these stark white branches, and in the summertime, those branches are full of leaves, so I can't see Whidbey Island and the sound as well. But in the wintertime, I can, and I don't know, it's just really pretty, and I thought, I don't paint a lot of landscapes, let's just try this. So I'm starting with a cut-up plastic card, and while it is making some really good scratches, you can kind of see some places are getting a little too wide. So I do switch over to a palette knife, which I feel gives me better control. Now this scratching is going to damage your paper. However, if I get the look I'm after, if I make a cool piece of art, or even just something I've had fun with, don't worry about the damage. See this as experimentation and play and education and learning. So when you do this scratching technique, you do want to, 2 things. 1, apply the paint a little thick. I went with fresh paint straight from the tube, so my paint is fairly thick, but I didn't want to go too dark because it is an atmospheric landscape. Now, you also want it to dry a little bit. You don't want it to be sopping wet because if you make that scratch, the water will just seep into that scratch, and instead of light branches, you'll get very dark ones. So if you want dark branches, go in as soon as possible. And you can even see there are some places where the branches are nice and dark, which I like because it gives the trees more dimension, and I'm not having to do anything except scratch my paper over and over to give the impression of branches. And I'm just doing that. I'm gonna have more of them on the right side and kind of have them get smaller and smaller as I move to the left, which is actually how they are when I look out my window. So it's a good idea to do that just to give some movement to your painting anyway, but thankfully nature already had things set up for me. Now I did scratch some of it hard enough that the paper did kind of pile up or pill a little bit. Just let that dry and then you can wipe it away. Or if you like the texture that it provides, leave it. It definitely gives it a rough, organic look. So you're the artist, remove or leave whatever you want. But I do encourage you, all this needed was 3 colors, less than 10 minutes and something to do nice little scrapey scratches. So if you like this video, let me know by hitting that like button so I know to make more just like it. I said like a lot. Like. And then subscribe if you want to see more, because I post videos every Monday and Thursday. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!